January 6, 2025, meeting of the Fitchburg School Committee. I call this meeting to order. Please be advised FATV is conducting an audio and video recording of this meeting for public broadcast. So if anyone in the audience is recording this meeting, which I see there's nobody, ask that electronic devices go into silent mode. Okay, silenced. Great. So we will do the salute to the flag. School committee member Peter Stevens, it is your turn. Would you please lead us in the salute to the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Next on our agenda, we have school committee members and student reports. We have the school committee chair report, no report at this time. We have the resource subcommittee report on the December 3rd meeting.
We do not have those minutes at this time. We'll have.
Isn't that what this is?
Those are the meeting minutes. The original date was supposed to be on November 24th that you were meeting, but it was pushed off to December 3rd. So those are the correct minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the December 3rd meeting. Would you like to talk? Would you like to discuss that?
Okay. There really wasn't a lot that went on that meeting other than we had a school building maintenance report, which was quite extensive. Our custodians and workers do quite a bit of improvements continually during the month, and we get the report on it. The old playground at McKay has been removed. The new playground has been installed at McKay.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's things like the door buzzer, the main door at Lonjo stopped working. That's been repaired. Rooms 311, 304, 401 in Lonjo had issues with the locks. They have been taken care of. Intermediate wing of Crocker Elementary School heating had stopped. Again, thank God for Royal Plumbing. They came back and took care of us. So those are the kinds of things, and there were probably 50 or 60 of these.
Every month.
Every month.
It's a lot of work.
That just school building maintenance grounds delivered 12 tables from Memorial to FHS for their career fair. So we keep our custodians quite busy, and they do a very good job. The resource, there wasn't anything on resource, only that was about it. Our enrollment, I hope we can have next time, will be the listing of all of the different countries that our students come from, and it's quite extensive. So I'd like all the members of the committee to see what we have. Yep.
All right. Awesome. Yeah, I skipped ahead when I was pointing that out on the agenda. That was my fault. Yeah. Okay. So policies or do we have any questions? Okay. Policy subcommittee report.
There's nothing to report at this time. Our last meeting was canceled, and we will meet again on January 22nd.
All right. Fantastic. Student support subcommittee.
That meeting was canceled for this evening. We didn't have a quorum. Our next meeting will be on February 3rd.
February 3rd. Fantastic. School personnel subcommittee. We have no report at this time. Student representative report.
Good evening. I don't have much today, but the big exciting thing is 10 students from the FHS band marched to the Rose Parade in Pasadena on New Year's as part of the New England Honor Band, a band representing high schools and colleges across the states of New England. I was part of it. It was very exciting, great experience. Rheingold is having a PTO meeting tomorrow at 6 p.m., and McKay is also having a PTO meeting from 6 p.m., sorry. And McKay is also having a PTO meeting tomorrow from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. Crocker has a snow day tomorrow. There is no school on Monday the 20th because of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and the 29th is an early release day. Also, access testing is this week, which is an English language proficiency test for English language learners from grades K through 12. So good luck to all students participating in that.
James, can you clarify, did you say Crocker has a snow day?
That's what I heard.
Am I?
Yeah, I heard
That's what I heard.
that, yeah.
Is that not correct?
A snow day?
Crocker?
Crocker has
I don't know. I thought.
Oh, I want to be on that snow day, too. Crocker does not have a snow day.
Well, they
tomorrow.
are the polar cubs.
They are the Cubs, the polar Cubs, right?
I saw this post that said, tomorrow's a snow day, January 7th. Crocker Elementary posted it.
Well, I don't know about that.
So glad that you shared
You're
that.
telling me. We're going to look right now, James.
What kind of a day is it?
A snow day.
A snow day tomorrow.
Really
Only one school.
I see an inclement weather alert on Crocker Elementary School page from Monday, December 9th, 2024.
Yeah, I don't see. I don't see any.
Well, we all have school tomorrow, everyone. Everyone to show up.
Still in the future.
Oh, maybe it's a different Crocker.
Did I look at a different Crocker?
This must be a
so.
different
Must have looked at a
Crocker.
different Crocker.
Crocker R2 school district.
Crocker Elementary School in Fitchburg.
Yep. They got, it seems like that's a different one.
This is Crocker, Missouri.
Crocker. Which makes sense because they're getting a snowstorm.
They're getting a
right?
snowstorm.
I was confused.
Crocker, Missouri has a snowstorm day.
Well, if you live in Crocker, if you live in Missouri and attend Crocker Elementary School.
Sorry.
It's quite a hurry.
Great looking out, though, James.
It's hard getting started, back after the first of the year, and
Hey, he's just getting back from the Rose Bowl.
That's right.
Yes,
He's in Pacific time.
but you kept us on our toes, so
Yeah, that's great.
At least we were listening, James. I think we caught that, right? Just so you know, this evening is James' last evening with us. We have new student reps beginning on February 3rd. So, James, thank you so much.
Thank you for the great work.
Thank you. You've been great.
And James, when we select your replacement, we're going to expect you to mentor them because you've done a really fantastic job, and we're really impressed with the reports that you gave for the last year. So thank you very much.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well done. And Selena, too. Selena wasn't able to join us, but you both did great, so thanks.
All right, is that it?
Yes.
All right, thank you so much. Do you have any other closing comment you want to say?
I didn't really prepare anything, but thank you. Bye.
That works.
Thank you, James.
Thank you. Okay, so next on their agenda, we have the approval of the minutes from previous school committee meeting of December 2nd.
make a motion, we approve December 2nd, 2024.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the minutes from December 2nd. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's unanimous, so that's approved. Thank you. We have communications, a presentation of gift from Lori Stone.
I didn't know she was giving us gifts tonight.
Who's getting the gift? Is it you?
I don't know. I just fooling with Lori.
Hi, thank you. First, I'd like to publicly thank two people who had made donations to Rheingold, and hopefully you'll approve them tonight. It's to Cheryl Cucciara from JJ's Helping Hands and Mike Hurley from the Fitchburg Rotary East Club, who have made donations to Rheingold Elementary School to replenish our food pantry. This will definitely help a lot of our families and students at the school. And second, I'd like to take the opportunity to present to Mr. Stevens this Rheingold school quilt. It was made by one of the students' grandparents. Her name is Carolyn Jarvie. As you can see, it was created with Rheingold school t-shirts throughout the years. Mr. Stevens is a remarkable educator and community leader who has dedicated his entire career to the students and families of Fitchburg Public Schools. His unwavering commitment to education has left a profound impact on the lives of countless students, colleagues, and members of the Fitchburg community. So that's for you, Mr.
Wow. With you in the quill?
Yes. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, let's take a picture.
I just want to tell you the backstory. So the grandparent made it for the snow carnival that Rheingold had the beginning of December, and as soon as I saw it, I said, I need that because I know who I'm going to give it to. So I purchased $80 worth of raffle tickets, and I won.
All right.
I actually won.
That's nice.
So I just wanted to.
Oh, maybe you can hold it.
Yeah. Yeah, you should get in the picture. You
Yeah,
won the raffle.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
get out of the way here. So that's nice.
Yeah,
that's
it is
very
nice.
nice.
Okay. Perfect. They look amazing.
One more time.
All right, and then I'll
Well, what's the oldest T-shirt?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just going to ask you.
People here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah. Hey, all right. 3, 2, 1, cheese. 3, 2, 1, cheese. Got a handsome quilt.
Which one's the oldest?
The Rhine Road Runner, right here? Yeah.
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are pretty.
I have that one.
Yeah, that was,
In these.
but this was the original Rheingold.
It was.
I need some Rheingold swag.
Oh, I might be able to help you with them.
Very nice.
Oh.
Do you want them back?
I'm not in my seat. I'm in your seat. Oh. You can keep warm with me.
Before we move on, Lori, could you just give a little overview of the food pantry at Rheingold in terms of how long it's been there and how often it gets used and how valuable it is?
It started many years ago prior to me being there, and due to, I hate to say this, COVID and budgetary issues, it got smaller. And but since COVID, we've seen more of a need to help families that when they come in and ask. So with the 2 donations, we're going to replenish the food pantry as well as purchase gift cards. And, so when parents come in and ask, we'll have it. It's not a huge room, but at least it's something that we can help the families with.
That's great. I'm glad it got involved with it getting up and running again. I know it's an incredible resource for
Yes, and
probably for
Cheryl.
many people. Yeah.
Cheryl Cucciara from JJ's Helping Hands has been amazing. She's the one who requested the funds from All One Credit Union in Leominster, and they awarded it to her, so she gave it to us. And then Mike Hurley from the Fitchburg Rotary East called me 2 days before our Christmas break and said, I have $1,000 for you. I said, great, we'll take it. I know what I'm going to use it for, so.
That's great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's good. Thanks again. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Lori, for all you do.
Thank you. Okay. Next on our agenda, we have public comment. So public comment of no more than 5 minutes in length.
Wow.
We didn't have any by email, right?
None by email.
Okay. Councillor Cragen.
Thank you. My name is Sally Cragen. I live on Oak Hill Road. I'm a parent of Fitchburg High School graduate and a Fitchburg High School student. And I just wanted to start my year by coming to a school committee meeting. And when Lori mentioned this amazing presentation of the Rheingold quilt, we were at Rheingold earlier this morning with the therapy pets. I said, I'm going to start my year by going to school committee. And lo and behold, here I come. I get to see all of you. I get to hear about the work that you're doing as reflected in the agenda. I'm staggered by the number of items that you are going to accept and the number of institutions, organizations, associations, individuals who have donated and who are really keeping things moving. And that's really all I had to say, but also just to say thank you for the work. And I just haven't seen some of you for a really long time. And James, good to see you. I was at the high school earlier today with Ms. Mercadante, and the high school chorus is going to be working with Stratton Players for Alice in Wonderland. So we're putting the pieces together, and you'll be hearing more about this because it's all very organic, but the way that Fitchburg is here for every kid, wherever they are and however they are, and with the team that we have, it's great. I also wanted to put out a shout, I don't know, can I do a plug for the 175th meeting that we're having on January 21st?
You got 3.5 minutes.
That's an expansive time because we almost voted ourselves having less time at City Council this morning. The public is invited to attend and participate in a really glorious celebration for the 175th anniversary of Fitchburg High School, and that meeting will be on Wednesday, January 22nd from 3 to 4 o'clock, Central Office, 3rd floor, South Street, 376 South Street. And you know what? Everyone come. I get to go to that one and get to support. And I think that's it for me. Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you.
Happy New Year, Sally. Thank you.
Sally, it's hard to believe that Jet is a senior.
She's a sophomore.
Oh, sophomore.
Yeah. 10th grade.
When Mrs. Cragen was school committee, she used to bring Jet, her daughter, to the school committee meetings, and right next to us.
Yeah, in the bassinet.
In the bassinet.
I remember.
Yeah. Mrs. Cragen has a commitment to the city of Fitchburg, believe me.
Thank you. Okay, any, no more further comment, public comment? Okay, so seeing none, we have superintendent's report.
Thank you, Mayor. Happy New Year, everyone. Just so you know, during the second part of this year, from now until June, we'll begin having our directors and department leaders provide updates on their work they're doing and what is happening throughout the district in their respective departments. But our first one is this evening. And I'm very happy to introduce our Director of Multilingual Education and Family Engagement, Eva Kelly, and also Luisa Fernandez, who is our Community Engagement Liaison. Eva and Luisa will provide us with an update on the family engagement activities happening throughout this district this school year so far. So welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank you for having us. So I'm just going to do a little intro, get you guys all warmed up for Luisa, okay? So, do you have the slides,
I do.
Mr. Thompson?
One second.
So I can start talking, because I could talk a lot. So anyway, our family engagement program here in Fitchburg, I'm very proud of it, and I just want to tell you a little bit about what it looks like at the state and then how we view it and support it here at the local level. So the Department of Education has defined parent engagement as activities that build relationships between students, families, educators, and the community. In 2020, they released this document, the Strengthening Partnerships Framework for Parental and Family Engagement in Massachusetts from prenatal through young adulthood. And I'm happy to say that they talk all about culturally responsive, collaborative, equitable, and respectful activities that embrace diversity in languages and cultures. So we here in Fitchburg, if you go to the next slide, we live this commitment, and this is through the support of Superintendent Thompson, Assistant Superintendent Cologne, Assistant Superintendent Roach, and all of you. We're able to embed this in our goals, our mission, and our values and our commitments. You can go to the next slide. So the two commitments that really speak to family engagement are numbers 5 and 6, a sense of welcoming and belonging with students, parents, staff, and all members of the community, and community stakeholder engagement. That's really what drives this work with our families and our community. I'm just going to talk quickly about FIS. So this is the commitment in action. This year, we were able to start this program here in Fitchburg at South Street Early Learning Center. It's the Family Institute for Student Success. It is sponsored by the Department of Education. I'm going to let Louisa talk a little more about it and about all the other wonderful programs. She lives, eats, and breathes this, and she should be the one presenting. So I'm going to pass it right off to her.
Thank you. FEES was a great experience for me. It gave me the opportunity to connect with families and talk about how they can lead our district, how they can help us to move forward with the education of our students. So FEES is a capacity building institute that offers a portfolio of workshops for families. This session was amazing. It was the first one. After the session, there was a survey where we asked parents for the feedback, and some of the feedback that we received with everything was outstanding. I love the program. I think it is perfect the way it was, and I learned a lot from it. 5 participants have that similar, responses. Very nice and very good teachers. In terms of suggestions and improvement, they want us to continue offering this program and expand to all schools, grades, and parents and caregivers. I took away a lot from this program, and I'm glad that I was able to do this while my son just started pre-K. I'm happy to get an early start on my own education on how to better support my kid in the school. I learned a lot about education in Fitchburg. It helped me to be able to have the confidence to give an opinion about the development and needs of my children, as well as knowing my children's rights. So in this first session of this program, we talk about the importance of attendance. We talk about kids that come from other countries and are starting to speak in another language. So it was very, very complete, and I think the families took it very good, and our goal is just to let them be part of our community, be part of our schools, and as much as they support their students at school, more chances they have to be successful. So we have some pictures of the sessions, and if you want to click over there is a video that we put together to invite families to participate. So there is a little explanation about the program as well. We can hear it.
I don't think you can because I think I was supposed to hit a button.
That's okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's okay.
You're muted?
Yeah, but I think there's a way for it to go through. Oh, it won't happen that way. Never mind.
Everybody will have the slides, right? You'll be able to look at it.
Yeah.
If you unmute your thing, does it work?
Oop, it will. But I don't know if you'll be able to.
Dear South Street Early Learning Center families, we are excited to invite you to participate.
Hold on one second. It's the echo. I think there's a way for me to stop sharing, right? Yeah, but if I go like share sound.
Ooh.
See?
Good thing you're
I've learned it.
Build the skills and foster. Dear South Street Early Learning Center families, we are excited to invite you to participate in the Family Institute for Student Success program FEES. This initiative provides workshops designed to build the skills and foster a shared understanding among parents, caregivers, school staff, and community members. By joining this program, you will have the opportunity to support our students and enhance education within our district. Selected participants will receive a stipend and will be honored at the graduation ceremony on the final day of the program. Before committing, please review and ensure you can attend the following sessions: September 24th from 5:30 to 8 p.m., October 1st, October 8th, October 15th, October 22nd from 5:30 to 7 p.m., and October 29th from 5:30 to 8 p.m. If you have any questions or need additional information, please contact Eva Kelly, Hannah Tomber, Luisa Fernandez, or call 978-956-3140.
So we put that video together in Spanish as well to invite families to participate. It was very nice. I really enjoy it. Next slide, please. So, as part of our commitment to serve better our families, we have been working very close with the home liaisons at each school. And our goal is to, have everything. So we want to align, what we are doing in each school. So, we have regularly meetings where we get together to talk about resources, to talk about what we are doing, how we are supporting families. And this year, for the very first time, we put together a professional development for the home liaisons that it was very good. And I think, I feel that we are a good team. We are working very close. We are in touch. We call each other, and that make what we are doing easier because we support each other. You want to add something to that? No? I'm going to talk a little bit about the events that we already host this year. So with the collaboration with the Recreation Department, we did at the beginning of the school year the Future Wildlife Wonder, which is a scavenger hunt with families and kids at Castle Park. And so we focus this event on the new students that were coming to the South Street because we want to create those ties even before they start the school. I mean, the entire school district was invited, but we focused on those kids. It was amazing. We have many, many people attending this year, and I think this program is growing. Then during the summer, we received a huge donation of backpacks, to be exact, 2,000, and we hand them out with the support of the home liaisons as well, because that was a great opportunity for them to talk to the families, to meet the students. And then I want to thank you, Donna Hildre, because she's the one that, get the contact to receive all those backpacks, and it's always very helpful for our families. So with the collaboration of the Fitchburg Art Museum and Fitchburg Families First, this is the third year that we host the family portrait. The family portrait is like a professional picture taken by the students from the Fitchburg State University, the photography students. And this program is so beautiful. So we invite our vulnerable families, the ones that are going through a hard situation, and they set everything like in a professional photo shooting, and the students learn and the families have fun. We have food, we have snacks for the kids, we have props, and it is a beautiful experience. Then we print the pictures and we send them those pictures to the families. This is one of my favorite events. Another event that we host this year, and this is our third year as well, is our collaboration with the fire department. The name of the program is Fire the Elves Up, and they basically help us to collect toys for our students. We also receive a donation of Christmas trees from Hollis Hill Farm 62 to be exact. So we invite the families, that didn't have a Christmas tree to come and get one at the fire station. And then the families that do not have transportation, we just deliver for them with the fire department. It's always a great experience to do this. So, as you know, we have a ESL program, and so we had our graduation during December. So 44 parents received their certificate for attending our program. This is our session number 12. We're going to start our next session at the end of this month. This program is growing. Like, you know, there is more and more people interested, and it is just amazing to see how they are improving, how they feel more, you know, they feel comfortable talking in English during the class, sharing and participating. I'm very proud of this program too. So I want to mention that during this period of time and last year, we have very strong collaborations and programs with those organizations. As you know, Future Public Schools is part of the Civic Days Committee, so every event that happens in the city, you know, we try to support, we try to help, and our goal is the families, not just to come to the school activities. We want them to be part of our community as well and come to downtown and have fun. We have a great collaboration as well with the health department, the Future Health Department. I don't know if you are aware, but we have a free clinic, and the free clinic is prioritizing right now our students. So they are making sure that all our students that do not have a primary care doctor get one. The ones that do not have insurance, they get one. And they are helping us with vaccinations and physicals. So we have a van, as you know. So when the families do not have transportation, if they are Macanivento, I go and pick them up and bring them to the clinic. We also have been collaborating, well, they are collaborating with us, Caring for Kids. You know, they are distributing bags of snacks every Friday for a good number of students. Unfortunately, Mr. Antonucci, you know, is stepping back in the organization, but we're going to work out and we're going to try to keep this organization, you know, here in Feature and for our school. So if any of you is interested in give us a hand, you can contact me. Another organization that has been there during the school year forever is That Beds. If I have a student that is sleeping on the floor on a couch, I'm one call away. They immediately come next day to Fitchburg with a brand new bed, brand new mattress, sheets, and a blanket. The Feature Art Museum keeps always, you know, supporting us through Feature Families First. The funds that we use for our family portrait was from Feature Families First. Like we are doing, we have the gift cards during pandemic as a relief for families, but now that, you know, those funds are not available, they are helping us other ways, like through fun events for families. And the recreation department, they have been beyond amazing with us. You know, during the summer, they prioritize our students. They prioritize Macanivento. They give us a lot of flexibility in terms of accepting them and like helping with the schedules and everything. And during the holidays, they also help us with, you know, toys and clothing for our students. So I want to make sure that we say thank you to them. Next one. So, you know, we try to, I always say, if the families, if they are not ready to come to the school for any reason, we go wherever they are. So we try to set tables, Feature Public School table in different events in the community. So just for you to have an idea, you know, during July and the beginning of the year, school year, we participate in the block party, in the parade, in the dog breaks, in the Uruguayan Festival, in the Face Festival, in the Housing Authority Back to School barbecue, Trick or Treat, National Night Out, Latino Festival, City Health Fair, the Be Positive event, City Mental Health Kickoff, DPW Day, Downtown Lights, and any religious, you know, festival that they invite us, we are there. So this is what is coming soon. I attached the pictures just for you to have an idea, but this is what is coming in the next month. So we're going to have Winter Wonderland, the February vacation, free ice skating for families and students, the pizza party, which is a collaboration with the Future Art Museum. Thankful for our cultures. We received a grant to do this event. We are very happy. Family Day at South Street and the Parent Book Club and at our community brunch. We also received this year, it was amazing all the support that we received. I'm just so thankful. So if you want to go to the next one, because I have all the organizations that help us this year. I mean, you're going to discuss, I don't have to mention them because you're going to receive and discuss the donations, but all these people give us a hand for our students during the holidays. And I want to report that this year we support 387 students in our district. So that was very, I'm very proud about that, and it was beautiful to have the opportunity, to talk to the families, to give them a hug, and they were very happy because it was a good present, they didn't need to do anything else, just with what we give them. And, I just want to say thank you for your time and for listening. And I forget to say something very important that I had highlighted in yellow, but all staff play a part in creating a welcoming and supportive environment for families. Family engagement is not, Miss Eva or me, it's all of us. You are the voices of the parents, our principals in the schools. We need to work all together and being there for them. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Louisa.
Louisa, don't run away yet.
Any questions?
We have a few questions for you. And Eva or Louisa, I can talk about this, or you can. Do you want to talk a little bit about what next steps are for the FIST program moving into next year?
Yeah, so we're actually, when we did the first FIST program, the idea is that you call every single parent in the school, right? Because, people say they're interested, they commit, but then they fall off, right? Life happens. We only were able to get through half of the parents at South Street Elementary, and we had 80 people signed up. So we had to stop calling. So at the beginning of March, we're going to start another session and run another session with the second half of the alphabet, essentially. So the idea also, as Louisa said, it's a capacity building program. So the idea is next year, as long as I continue to be supported in this, we spread it to the elementaries because we have this base of parents from South Street that we're going to try to train and encourage to become a part of the program and a part of the facilitation, a part of the recruitment, and to build capacity in those parents to be more involved in the schools, to be able to advocate for their students and for other parents. So yeah, it's like that, ripple as we go through the years, and we'll still be having it at South Street as well. So if you're interested in helping us in any way, we're going to need a lot of support, and that's what makes all this work successful. And Louisa agrees. It's your support. It's our community supporting us. It's our families stepping up, and our school district staff as well. So
thank you, Eva. Other questions?
Just a comment. Year after year, it's always, how do we get parents more involved? And I love the fact that you have started with South Street. So they first get started in the system, and then it's just going to become a regular thing that they belong and they attend things. It's a testament to you and what you're doing, and people don't see everything, and I've been fortunate to witness some of it, but not all of it. But I thank you for that, because just seeing, like Louisa, watching you as you were presenting, you can just see the excitement as you're presenting it. It just shows all over your face, but it's in your heart.
It is.
And we know that. So keep doing what you're doing, because you're doing a fabulous job.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Just to comment, Ms. Jeffries and Mr. Stevens and myself attended I think it was the first FISH event at South Street. And I was impressed with the number of, not just parents, but it was parents and children. It was everybody was there. And I think the other thing that at least for me, that I learned is that everything was translated from English to Spanish or Spanish to English. And I don't think people truly realize the time it takes to communicate with everybody when you have to translate. And it's a process that's necessary. And I was happy to be there to have that happen and see what the communication is like between people who speak different languages, and how important it is that by doing that, everybody can be involved in what's happening. So, thank you.
We need to break those barriers, right?
Yeah.
Some families, they might say, oh, I'm not going, but no, if they know that we are there, that we have, interpreters, that we are available in other languages, they're going to come.
And we actually provide the program. We have an English session and a Spanish session going on simultaneously.
Yeah.
Luisa taught the Spanish version, and Jackie Navedo, our VP at South Street Early Learning Center, did the English version. And we provide daycare, childcare, snacks. We try to remove any barrier, right? That's the true spirit of engaging families.
And I'll just mention, you said you were going to be starting another ESL course.
Adult ESL,
Yeah, and just so you know that wearing my other library trustee hat, the public library has a program called Mango, which obviously it's an opportunity for somebody to learn another language, but there's also a component of Mango for people who don't speak English as their first language, that they can use that. And all you need to get is a library card, show proof of residence, and it's available in the library, but it's also available remotely from their home. And you could talk to Deborah Hinkle, who's the director, and she could give you more and better information about it than I'm doing right now. But that would be another resource that those families could make use of in addition to the classes they attend. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Is that meeting I went to, was that the first one?
Yes.
That was the panel.
We were all
That was the panel.
It was the panel, so
I
that's
apologize.
session 5 of the series. But yes, you were at the panel too.
Any other questions?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, moving on. Contracts. So in December, I'm happy to say that we reached an agreement with the Fitchburg Education Association on 4 contracts: the teachers, the paraprofessionals, the custodians, and the clerical. The union membership voted on December 20th and approved the contracts. The last step is for school committee to approve the contracts this evening. During last school committee meeting and executive session, I reviewed the changes with the school committee with the new contract. In this week's packet, all school committee members were provided with a copy of the agreement with the changes in the new language. At this time, I would like to open it up to any questions school committee members may have on the new contract and its language.
I guess I'd just like to thank the negotiating team for all that they did to I think it's difficult. It's a little more difficult doing all 4 at one time, just because of different components that one group has, the other one doesn't. But the fact that you're able to do that, get it done, it was voted on by the FEA members, and that able to reach an agreement. And I think it's a contract that I think is beneficial to everybody involved. So I appreciate your efforts.
Thank you, Jim.
Okay.
Thank you, Jim. I know it was a long 12 months.
Long 12 months, but I think we wound up with a fair contract.
Yes.
I just want to echo what Jim said, and thank you.
Yeah.
I know you put in a lot of time. It's appreciated.
Thank you.
So I would like, if it's okay, Mayor, could we possibly vote on the 4 contracts now? Take them out of order now, and I think it's the first 2 action items.
438,
First 4,
439,
excuse me.
440, 441.
Yes.
I'll make a motion that we take 438, 439, 440, 441 out of order.
Second?
Motion and second to take 25-438 through 25-441 out of order. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's unanimous. It is out of order.
Okay, I make a motion that we accept 438, 439, 440, and 441.
Second?
Motion and second to accept or approve the student superintendent's recommendation to accept the collective bargaining agreement between the Fitchburg Education Association, secretaries and clerks, custodians, paraeducators, and Unit A teachers from between the Fitchburg School Committee and those aforementioned union negotiating units with July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2027.
Correct.
Any comments or questions on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that is unanimously approved.
All right, thank you so much. So just so you know, our business department has been working throughout the break in December, and this week and next week, they are finishing up all the retro checks for these 4 units, and those will be going out next pay, which is on the 17th, correct, Jeremy? On June 17th, the teachers and custodians, clerical, and paras will receive their retro check on that day.
That sounds like a nice check.
Yep.
What is it, 6
January?
months?
January?
Did I say, what did I say?
I think I said June.
Did I
thought you
say
said-
June?
Yeah.
January
Yeah,
17th.
okay.
Thank you.
Okay. You're still thinking about snow days?
Those snow days, yeah. I have to actually be careful with those moving forward. So I just wanted to thank the business department, too. They've been working very hard to get these retros done. It's a lot of work,
Yes, for 4 unions.
all at once. Yep, it's a lot of work.
Challenge of it.
Yep. So, thank you. Any other questions on contracts?
Nurses, we'll
Yep.
be meeting.
Nurses, we're hopeful we'll meet, I think, by the end of January, we have a meeting. We should be able to get this, nurses, we're pretty much all done. There's a couple language things we have to fix. We probably get it done in 1 or 2 sessions.
Yep.
And then we're starting Unit B, which is our assistant principals, directors, and student program support administrators. Unit B will be starting, I think, by the end of the month, right?
Yeah.
So those will be coming up.
Will I get an invite?
Would you like to come?
Yeah.
I'll invite you for those, yes.
Wouldn't miss
You're
it for
on
the
that
world.
negotiating team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send an
Send me the
to
invite,
Sam.
please.
All right. Moving on. So, continuing my report for this evening, Crocker Elementary School, April moving date. So in your packet, I'm not going to pull the PowerPoint up, but I will put the PowerPoint up if anyone would like me to, but I'll talk about it. In your packet, I provided with you the update where we are with the transition to the new Crocker building. So we've been working very hard to figure out the soil issue. You all know that at Crocker Elementary School, there is the footprint of the new building with the old building is very tight. So there's not a lot of, extra space available to store different pieces of material that need to be stored. So what we've been looking at, and Jeremy's been leading this and working really hard, is looking at different options to store this extra 17,000 cubic yards of soil that needs to be moved, as soon as possible so they can finish the groundwork that's happening around Crocker Elementary School. So we looked at a number of different options. We looked at storing it at the airport, very costly. We looked at storing it at Burbank down the street. That's also costly. We also looked at storing it kind of in the main parking lot right now where that large dome of soil is already there and putting in a different location. That's very costly also, and not a lot of space to do that with with the way the dismissal and arrival happens in the school with buses and parent pickup. So we've been working really hard to solve this problem. So the problem, which we call option X, the solution, was to actually look at moving into a part of the new Crocker in April. We've been working really hard with Colliers and Fontaine, and they feel they're able to have a section of the building completed so we can move a section of the current Crocker Elementary School. If you're looking at the building, it's the building on the left where first grade and second grade is. They feel that we will be able to move that building, those classrooms, which are mostly grades 1 and 2, and some special education classrooms, over to the new Crocker the day after April vacation. That will allow them to actually begin demolishing that building on the left where grade 1 and 2 are currently housed, and allow them to actually get the entire entrance completed by the beginning of school so that dismissal, arrival, and that there actual is a main entrance to that building and parking for staff is done for the beginning of school. That being said, if we don't move forward with this, they won't be able to start demolition, and the parking lot and the main entrance of the new building will not be ready for us. So we've been meeting with staff members, and we alerted them before vacation that this was going to be the solution. Overall, we had a pretty good response from the staff. They had a few questions about moving, which we're still looking at logistics for that. Jeremy's been looking at meeting with a moving company, actually the one that we used when we redistricted. He's working with them to actually come in and move all the materials in April for those grade 1 and 2 teachers over to the new building, so they can actually be ready the first day after April vacation to begin. So we met with staff. Everyone's okay. We sent a letter home in December to families, letting them know that this was going to be happening. We gave them our contact information to contact us. We have not heard from anyone at this point. We are holding a parent-guardian information session. I think it's on Tuesday, January 28th.
That sounds right.
Is that correct, Jeremy?
Monday, January 27th?
Nope, Tuesday, January 28th.
Hold on. Okay, yeah.
I was wrong. The 27th. Monday, the 27th at 6 o'clock at Crocker Elementary School to answer any questions parents may have and to review the logistics of this plan.
What's the name of the meeting?
It's for Crocker parents and guardians. It's just the April move information session. So we'll be able to go over logistics, what we're planning, and answer any questions on the 27th for families. Jeremy, did I miss anything?
No, I think we had a very positive meeting with staff in December 9th, and really the general sense from them was enthusiasm. I mean, it's going to be in a brand new building. I think one of the logistical aspects that is attractive is the first and second grade will move to the rooms that they will be in, so they won't have to move twice. Mm-hmm. So they'll move into the spaces that they will be located in when the new year starts in 25-26. So they're just starting a little bit early. The gymnasium will be open. There'll be a number of other aspects of the building. I think that cafeteria space.
The cafeteria, the new cafeteria will be open?
The kitchen won't be ready, but the cafeteria will be available. So, all facility aspects will be up and running, like security and fire, because you can't have an occupancy permit without, some of those elements. So It's been a good collaborative effort with Fitchburg Fire, Fitchburg PD, the building commissioner's office as well. So, yeah, I think it's going to be it's a little bit sooner than anticipated, but a very positive step to the immediate future anyway.
Jeremy, have you started some of those logistics of, we always run into the moving boxes?
Yes.
So
So Fontaine really owns this first move.
Yeah.
And we're working with them closely. They're the contractor for the construction project. And then, as Superintendent Thompson said, we'll be meeting with a moving company on Wednesday at noon with Fontaine, with Colliers, the project management team as well, about some of the other aspects that will be part of that, the boxes, color coding the boxes, the ways to make sure that this room materials get into the correct room, and those companies have that system down to a science.
I think that's what we need, so those teachers won't say, nobody moved my boxes.
Exactly.
I didn't get my materials. That was one of the big hassles we got in our moves with teachers not having enough boxes for them. So,
Sure.
Yeah. And one of the things that we're working on too is we will be compensating teachers to actually pack up their rooms and unpack their rooms. So we're going to be working with the union to have, come up with a plan for giving teachers so many hours to actually be compensated for the work that they have to do for packing and setting up. So we're in collaboration right now with the union talking about what that's going to look like. So a little bit earlier than what we expected, but we're glad we are able to have this option and able to do this so we can get all students into the new Crocker Elementary School beginning in August, September next year, which is going to be great.
I can't wait.
Any questions with the move or anything I missed? Any questions that you want to, Jeremy or Glenda?
I think moving it piecemeal is going to be good.
Yep.
We'll say in 2 steps.
Yep.
I also think it shows the staff that it's really happening.
It's happening, yeah.
Because as what I know when I was there, when we went through the whole thing where Crocker had to close, we had to move to different buildings, we just kept getting dates that were extended by years. So this is like, it's real.
It's happening.
So that's great.
Yeah, and just to make sure it's clear that just because there's a certain group of teachers moving in April, the teachers that are also going to be packing up and moving in June, they'll get the same boxes, they'll get the same time to move, and they also will be compensated, but just a few months after. So,
Plus, it's a considerable savings considering what it would cost to move that, how many, 17,000 cubic yards of soil more than once.
Yes.
I mean, that's a considerable savings.
we don't even want to tell you the cost figure on that.
No.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's to move soil.
Yeah.
And we're joking, but the joke is we're talking about soil, right?
Yeah.
Or dirt.
That we knew was on the
Yes,
side.
that we knew was on the
What we did know was that, to put it into context, that pile that's currently there is 4,500 cubic yards. So there's still an additional 17,000. And that's a very large pile.
Yes, it is.
To pull up to Crocker, as it is.
Yeah.
So you're more than welcome to come to the meeting on the 27th if you'd like to hear the questions that parents will be asking. But that's the game plan moving forward.
That's good.
What's it, January 27th?
January 27th at 6 p.m. at Crocker Elementary School's cafeteria. Any other questions? All right. All right, moving on. Of course, the computer doesn't want to work when it needs to. Give me 1 second. All right, moving on. As you know, there was a ballot question in November to look at the elimination of the MCAS as a high school graduation requirement. That was on the ballot. I think that was question 2, correct? And as you know, question 2 passed. So starting this school year with the class of 2024, passing the MCAS test is no longer a high school graduation requirement. okay? That is no longer a high school graduation requirement. That is something that used to be called the competency determination, and I should have corrected the agenda. It should say competency determination and graduation requirements. Because of the passing of question 2, students no longer have to pass the MCAS to graduate high school. However, and Glenda and I were both going to say this, however, it doesn't remove the responsibility or the accountability from the federal government and the state that kids still need to participate in MCAS. They still, all students, grades 3 to
12 to 10
have to still participate and take the MCAS test. We are still being held to our accountability, meaning they'll still use MCAS to look at how schools are and districts are progressing and doing. They'll still look at attendance and participation requirements. The only thing that's going away is the fact that you no longer have to pass the MCAS test to graduate high school. Anything you want to add to that, Glenda?
No, I think that this, for me, was really important that we highlight, because I think we could easily have some misunderstanding about this particular passing. And so one of the things that's really important that we start off the year with is really talking about our MCAS accountability. And a lot of our state and federal funding is actually given to us and is aligned to our accountability factors. So in order for us to be able to receive that funding, we need to make sure that we're continuing to participate in MCAS. So I think that's really important for all of us and all of our community members to be aware of. MCAS is not gone. It is just no longer going to be required as a graduation mandate.
But that being said, there still is a competency determination to look at students who meet the requirements to graduation, and that's what I'm going to talk to you tonight about, okay? Understand? So that being said, in front of you, this is the new language from the state that has change the way the regulation reads, removing MCAS as a graduation requirement. So I'm going to read this to you, and in the red is the new language, okay?
This is the new language we're changing, or the state?
This is the state, okay? So based on the vote on question 2, because of that, this is what the language reads now. So the competency determination shall be based on the academic standards and curriculum framework for 10th graders in the areas of mathematics, science and technology, history and social science, foreign languages, and English, and shall represent a determination that a particular student has demonstrated mastery of a common core of skills, competencies, and knowledge in these areas. Before, that was done by the MCAS test. Now, this is what has to happen. By satisfactorily completing coursework that has been certified by the student's district as showing mastery of the skills, competencies, and knowledge contained in the state academic standards and curriculum frameworks in the areas measured by the MCAS high school test described in Section 1, administered in 2023, and in any additional areas determined by the board. So that being said, we still have to look at coursework. So we have to look at coursework that was tested on the MCAS test in 2023. That coursework, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a second, pretty much means grade 10 English for ELA, for science, for math, algebra 1 and geometry, and then for science, biology or introduction to physics.
Introductory physics, yeah.
Okay? So that's the new language. Let me tell you a little bit about how we are doing in Fitchburg with this right now. Oh, actually, before I get to that, some of the things that the state, Department of Education, and the Board of Education still has to do. So there's a lot of work ahead. So the first one, The timing of the ballot question and student enrollment requires the Department of Education to approach the competency determinations in 3 parts. So the first immediate part that we have to look at this year is the short term, the class of 2025, this graduating class coming up. You have to look at that, and I'll talk to you about where we are at this point. Kind of the median term is the current high school students that are currently in high school, and then long-term, those students who are not quite yet in grade 9 and are not in high school. So those are kind of the 3 pieces that the Department of Education has to examine. Right now, they are only looking at the short term, the class of 2025. And the department is not issuing a lot of guidance on this, so it's really going to be up to individual school districts moving forward, unless they come out with more information. But as we were told, this is going to really end up a decision based on the district and what they decide to do. The second piece is each part has differing responsibilities. So the Department of Education and the Board of Elementary and Secondary Education all have different responsibilities involved in this competency determination that they still have to continue to work on. The Board of Elementary and Secondary Education can adopt regulations on current language as it has done in the past. And then in the long term, there may be further legislation. So as you can see, there's a lot of questions and regulations that are still out there. Right now, we're really focused just on the class of 2025. So that being said, what does that mean for the class of 2025? Students in the class of 2025 who have previously earned a competency determination through a regular or retest administration of the MCAS, including this past November. So if you have passed MCAS from November 2024 previously, you're all set. You are all set, and you can use the competency determination, the MCAS that you took. That will count towards your competency determination. However, those students who still, in the class of 2025, who have not earned a competency determination, must be certified by the district in the areas of ELA, mathematics, and science. This competency determination can be achieved by satisfactorily completing coursework that has been certified by the student's district as showing mastery of the state academic standards and curriculum frameworks in the areas measured by the 2023 MCAS high school test. That's what I just told you. So to go back and review that, any student who still has not passed the competency determination or the MCAS test beginning in December, they will have, and moving forward, they will have to show successful completion of grade 10 English, successful completion of Algebra 1 and Geometry, and successful completion of biology or introductory to physics, okay? So those are the requirements moving forward for the competency determination. Glenda, did you want to add anything?
No, I think you
Okay.
were very succinct.
And I'm being careful with this because there's a lot to this, and I want to make sure people are understanding. Go ahead, Jim.
Quick question. Do we know how many seniors have passed MCAS?
We have a list, and we're actually working through that right now to actually determine exactly who still needs to meet this requirement.
That includes juniors too, doesn't it?
It includes anyone who hasn't passed yet.
Yeah.
Who hasn't
I mean,
received it.
most juniors would have taken it in their sophomore year, and it's only those students who did not pass it.
Correct. It's the students who
are
have
now
not passed
juniors
it.
who are looking for the retake.
Correct.
Yeah.
We'll have to look at their coursework.
And I will add one thing, because you just said looking for the retake. One thing that is very clear is that after December, there are no more retakes for MCAS. So someone who didn't pass it in November
Yeah.
can't retake the test and then attempt to get that competency determination.
by the MCAS
The
test.
competency determination by MCAS is no longer a law. So the law moving forward is successful completion, so a passing on these courses.
Did our sophomores didn't take it, did they? MCAS this year?
Not yet,
No.
not yet.
So question,
Yep.
let's say hypothetically, student passes every class except gets an F in grade 10 English. They don't pass high school.
Correct.
Nope.
So
They will
by
have
grade,
to,
by grade 11, they have to retake grade 10
They wouldn't be able to
English.
move forward, so they could possibly participate in summer school. Go ahead, Jeremy, sorry.
Well, I mean, these are required courses anyway,
Right.
typically.
Okay.
4 years of English, at least 3 of math, but really 4.
And I'll be
Those
talking about that in a second, too.
So, yeah, so.
Yeah.
And a D is completion?
Yes, I think
Yeah.
it's a 60 or higher, yes. Yep.
So what you said earlier, students will still be taking MCAS as we go forward.
Yes,
Yep.
they still will be
But
taking it.
to clarify that, even though they pass MCAS, next November,
Yep.
it doesn't count towards.
Doesn't count towards
as
the
a
competency determination.
determination. They then have to pass those.
They have to pass, it's because the law changed.
Right.
Yeah. And I can't allow that either.
No, okay.
So you have to follow what the regulation says.
Previously, if they passed MCAS, but they failed English, could they still pass?
No.
No.
They have to. And
So-
so that's graduation requirements. They're two different things. I'm going to talk about graduation requirements in a second.
Okay.
Wait a
This
minute.
is competency determination was the MCAS. The MCAS test, taking the MCAS was how we made sure that you had the skills needed to be successful. The MCAS test, to be honest, actually covered these areas. It covered up to grade 10 English, it covered Algebra 1 and Geometry, and it also either covered biology or Introduction to Physics if you took this test.
But you already needed to pass all of these
did.
classes.
but can I say one thing? But these particular courses on MCAS really were, you hear the lingo college and career readiness. If our students are capable of passing these particular areas, that is showing their competency determination. That is showing that they are ready for college and career readiness. Does that make sense? So that's why it is at the grade 10 level. It doesn't mean that you're not moving forward with coursework. That's just our determination of knowing that our students are prepared for college and career work. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I can add too, maybe, what had always previously been the case was a student could pass all their classes and have the required credits in order to graduate. But if they hadn't passed all 3 of the MCAS tests, they would just get a certificate of completion. They would not get the fully stamped by the state of Massachusetts diploma, which is essentially you passed all your classes, you get your 24 credits, plus you passed all MCAS, you've achieved competency determination. The MCAS part is now eliminated.
Right, and it's just those
That's the
courses.
biggest difference. Like a student could pass all MCAS, this happened all the time. But they didn't pass all their classes.
Right.
So you might have competency determination, but you're not graduating because you haven't satisfied the local
So
requirement.
this really hasn't changed.
Well,
Well,
I would say it has.
I would say it has. It has to the effect that students don't have to take a test to pass it anymore.
That's what's changed.
That's what's changed.
Just the test part.
Just the test part. Yep.
Okay.
So it's just going to be based on the coursework, passing your courses.
But the DESE and the board, they will use the MCAS results to determine
What's
what we're doing as a district. in
Correct.
terms- Okay.
Our funding.
Our funding.
So it's not going to be good if people just go in and just
Yep.
don't really care about it.
Correct.
That is correct.
It still will make a
Right.
difference.
Right, and participation still counts. We have to make sure we have participation rates. Was it 95% or higher?
Yes.
95% or higher. We need that for all our tests. So
And if you-
we still will be requiring kids to, if you're a Fitchburg Public Schools student, you still will be taking MCAS.
And if you do well in the MCAS, you have potential for scholarships.
Yes, thank you for saying that.
Oh,
So,
thank you for
I'm
saying
glad you
that.
said that. So, that being said, there will be a retake in biology in February, so there will be a small group of kids that still will have to do the retake because of scholarship opportunities. So they still will have to do that retake in February for the biology, but not as many kids will take that anymore. It's just those ones that need it for scholarships or other opportunities. Does that make sense? All right. I'm going to move on now. So that being said, that's the competency determination. Again, we also have graduation requirements. Every Fitchburg High School and Goodrich Academy both have their own set of graduation requirements that students need to meet in order to graduate. I just cut and pasted this from Fitchburg High School their handbook, because this is what we expect our students at Fitchburg High to graduate. In order for them to get a diploma, they need to have 4 courses in English, freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. Social studies, they need to have 3.5 courses. World history, U.S. history 1 and 2, civics, and financial literacy. Mathematics, they need to take 4 courses, Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2, or higher course. Science and technology, again, at least 4 courses, 3.5 credits. Courses such as biology, chemistry, physics, and an elective. Physical education and health, students have to take 4 courses, 1 physical ed health course a year, 2 foreign language courses, and 1 visual performing arts course. So that's the graduation requirement, okay? Not to be confused with the competency determination, okay? 2 different things. For Goodrich, it's very similar. Goodrich is a little bit different because of their work-study program, but at Goodrich, students need to pass 4 units of English, 3 units of social studies, 4 units of math, 4 units of science technology, 1 unit of health, wellness, PE, and then 2 units of foreign language, okay? So these requirements that you keep hearing about, the graduation requirements, are something called Mass Core. Okay? Mass Core was adopted by the Board of Elementary and Secondary Education in 2007, and then they amended it in 2018. The Mass Core is a state-recommended program of study intended to align high school coursework with college and workforce expectations. So, Fitchburg aligns with the Mass Core. So all our students, their graduation requirements are based on the Mass Core, okay? That being said, here are the Mass Core requirements. As you can see, we have, or you probably can't see that, we have the 4 units of English, 4 units of math, 3 units of lab-based science, 3 units of history and social science, 2 units of world language, physical education as required by the law, arts 1 unit, and any additional courses, additional 5 units. Those are Mass Core requirements. We do meet those Mass Core requirements. Those are in our graduation requirements. So I just wanted to make sure you understood that there is a difference between grad requirements, which are here, and then competency determination, okay? So that being said, what is the next steps for Fitchburg Public Schools? What are we going to do? So in January, I'm going to be meeting with the administration to actually make sure that we update language around competency determination for Fitchburg Public Schools. We have to have that language now, so we'll be developing that language, and that will be clearly beginning in February of 2025. We'll share that with the school committee and all of Fitchburg Public School stakeholders, families, parents, guardians, students, so they are aware of what that competency determination is, especially for the class of 2025. Okay?
2025 will be going by previous graduation requirements, what we're doing right now.
It's kind of a mix.
It's a mix,
So
yeah.
those who already received the competency, but those who have not, will have to follow the one that we had spoken about.
Yep. But the graduation requirements are the same, it's just the
Yeah,
competency.
graduation requirements.
Are all the same, it's just that competency determination, kids who have already passed the MCAS before November of 2024 are all set. If they still haven't passed that MCAS test, then we have to go and look at those courses that I looked at. And that's what the language will say. The competency determination for Fitchburg Public School will be based on English, grade 10, algebra, geometry, and then either biology, physics, what have you. Okay, so that's what that language will be in there. We'll give that to you guys in February at the school committee meeting, so you're aware of that. Okay, and then we'll get that information to everyone.
Can you send us this set of slides?
Yes, I can. The kicker to this, and this is something that is interesting to us, is what about the students in the past now that have already left Fitchburg that didn't graduate and only got that certificate of, is it attainment? Certificate of completion? If they have passing grades in grade 10 English
They could
and
go back
algebra
and
1
get a
geometry and biology and intro to physics, they are technically able to come back and get a diploma.
What's the retro?
They walk with the class of 2025,
No. How far does it look back?
as long as MCAS has been
As
the
long as
requirement.
MCAS has.
What?
Yeah.
It goes all the way back?
Goes all the way back.
What, 15?
About
20
20
years?
years, I think,
20,
about 2000.
So long as we have their
2002,
records.
2003, yeah.
And we have had some people reach out. I know John and I have both had people reach out to us asking about that.
Do I get to sign their diploma?
Yes, you do. Yeah. So based on what we participated in a Zoom session with the state right before vacation, and that's what they told us, that students who, in the past, who did not, get that diploma because they didn't pass MCAS, if they pass these courses, then they can come back and we can issue them a diploma.
We'll get a lot of diplomas next year.
We may have a busy June, May, June.
Yeah.
Okay? Any questions on that? We'll continue to update you. I'll continue to update you if the state comes up with more information too. All right.
Used to be 16 Carnegie units. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, remember that, Joe?
I do.
Jeremy?
Carnegie units, that was
Like Dale Carnegie?
like
It was like a credit system.
credits. It's a
Yeah.
credit system. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, one of my last pieces on tonight's agenda is the Commonwealth of Massachusetts virtual schools, 1%. So each year, the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education sends an update to districts regarding how many students are enrolled in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts virtual schools. Currently, Fitchburg has 67 students enrolled, which is about 1.28% of the total enrollment of Fitchburg Public School students. Because Fitchburg is over the 1% enrollment threshold, the school committee may vote to restrict enrollment to a Commonwealth of Massachusetts virtual school. My recommendation is to keep enrollment open to virtual schools for Fitchburg Public School students. This is another option for students who may need the accessibility and flexibility that a virtual school offers. So we are a little bit over. Again, this virtual school is a great option for some of our students. My recommendation as superintendent is to keep this option open for our students and not close this.
Because we're only slightly over that 1%.
Slightly over, correct. Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to take that option away from.
So there's two schools right now. The first one is the Greater Commonwealth Virtual School. Based on our last check, we had about 25 students enrolled. And then the next one is Tech Connection Academy Commonwealth Virtual School. We have about 42 students enrolled there, so it's about 67 total. Okay?
And is this popular with like homeschool kids?
Yeah.
Is that kind of, it's kind of like a homeschool kind of option?
Another option,
More organized version.
Yep.
But at least we get some of the foundation budget for
Back
these
to us.
students.
Yeah.
Whereas
But with-
homeschool, you do not.
Yeah. So what is it? So we get 5,000 goes to them,
The school
correct?
choice, yes, for
I think
for
this
these, it's
too, right?
9,800.
Is it 98? And then we get the rest. We keep the rest.
Yeah, which it was 18,000 last year.
Yeah, so we keep about half of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And based on the previous discussion, what was discussed for a student at Fitchburg High, these students in the virtual school have to meet the same requirements for...
Yes.
correct, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and just so you know, back when I was the assistant superintendent and COVID just happened, I actually explored starting a virtual school in Fitchburg.
Okay.
There was a lot of requirements. It was like starting a whole nother school, so you had to actually have a leadership team, you had to have a principal, you then had to actually have staff members that actually just taught virtually, so there was a lot around this, and it was very expensive, so we didn't end up moving forward with pursuing this, and I'm not sure about actually how many districts actually have a virtual option.
I think the reason there's only 2 in the whole state.
Right.
Because it's so difficult.
It's
to
difficult,
start with.
so.
I mean, it's 2.
Again, my recommendation is to keep this open.
Do the virtual school students get to participate in Fitchburg Public Schools, like athletics or
They do
other
not,
things?
because they are,
You know what, I have to look into that. I don't
think
believe
do,
they can.
because they are actual public school student for this district. So, or this school. So,
Used to be in
We'll get the
Greenfield.
answer, though.
yeah, it's different now.
Yeah, and Tim Wilson, who was a Fitchburg High graduate, who now works for DESE, was the principal of the virtual school.
Yep.
Feels like that would be a nice option. I don't know if that's, I don't know how
Yeah,
that
we'll
Yeah,
look into that.
we'll
That's a
find
good
out.
question we
Let
can
you know.
ask.
Can a homeschooled student participate?
can.
They can,
Yeah.
it's different for homeschool, and we've allowed them to do that.
Yep, okay.
Yep.
I would think a virtual from Fitchburg would be the same as a
Yeah, I don't
homeschool.
know, I'll have to check.
They're
I
not
don't
going all the way
think
to
so.
Greenfield.
No, then,
play a
no, but
sport.
they're home and.
I don't know if they even have a sports, like a sports.
I'm going to
Okay.
We're going to look.
say that
We're not quite sure.
they can, but I'll find out exactly and get back.
But there are 67 students, and if, say, most of them are high school,
You know, it's not that.
No,
It's a
well,
wide, it's
There
quite
was
a
a-
few that occasionally.
In every
lot,
grade,
yeah.
there was like a number.
The number, yeah.
There's a decent amount in high school for sure, but when we were looking at it a couple of weeks ago, it surprised me how many
Middle school.
were in the elementary and middle school grades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but if, check and see if they're,
Yeah.
eligible to participate, and I mean,
Okay.
that could be a good addition to our teams if somebody
Right.
wanted to participate, even band and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, what'd you say, 40? What was the number?
67.
67 students. I mean,
67.
But that's K through
A
12.
lot across
Yeah,
all grades.
Across all grades, yeah.
So, Secretary Thompson, does this have to be an action item?
Nope, nothing. We don't have to do anything.
Okay, all right.
We can leave it alone.
Good,
I
okay.
didn't put it on as an action item unless you want me to go back and do that, but.
No.
We don't have to,
Do
we
anything,
don't have
that's
to do
fine.
anything.
We don't have to do an action on the plus
Nope.
1%?
Nope,
Okay.
nothing.
We could choose to put it on our agenda and then vote to cap it at 1%.
Yeah. No,
But unless
we're
we
not.
take that
We're not.
action,
Yeah.
it won't,
Yeah.
nothing will change.
My recommendation is not to.
Just to leave it alone.
Yep,
Yeah.
please.
Agree.
Agree.
All right, thank you. And my last item this evening, we are moving on to the donations. So we have all our holiday donations.
We have so many.
So I am going to read each donation out loud. 28 donations were made in November and December to Fitchburg Public Schools for our students. The total amount of donations for the holidays was $29,790.
Wow.
So on behalf of Fitchburg Public Schools, I want to thank everyone who donated. This evening, I will go and read each one out loud, so
That's good.
it will take some time, so please bear with me. So the first donation is from the Rotary Club of Fitchburg East to Rheingold Elementary School in the amount of $1,000. These funds will be used to replenish the Rheingold's food pantry. The next one is from JJ Helping Hands, an all-in-one credit union for Rheingold Elementary School in the amount of $1,000. This is, again, to replenish the Rheingold's food pantry. Next donation is from Ophelia Maskovich to Longsjo Middle School in the amount of $170. This is to be put towards Longsjo Student Council T-shirts. Our next donation is from E.L. Harvey and Sons to Fitchburg Public Schools with an estimated value of $2,500. They donated 20 new bicycles and helmets for Fitchburg Public School students. The next one is from the local, and I'm going to butcher the first name, and I'm sorry, the local
Amida?
Is that how you pronounce?
Amida Muslim.
Amida Muslim Community Center. This is for Memorial Middle School in the amount of $200. This was a donation from them for using their basketball court. These funds will be used for student programming at Memorial. The next donation is from Cumberland Farms to South Street Early Learning Center in the amount of $500. This is to provide holiday gifts for South Street students. The next donation is from City United Church to Fitchburg Public Schools with an estimated value of $7,200. This was for the 180 food baskets that they donated for Fitchburg Public Schools families in need. Next one is the British American Club to Fitchburg Public Schools in the amount of $150. This is to support the Longsjo Middle School's food pantry. Next donation is from Fitchburg Public School staff members to the Fitchburg Public Schools with an estimated value of $500. This was in toys. This is to be distributed to families in need. The next one is Junkies to Fitchburg Public Schools with an estimated value of $100, and this was in the form of toys for families and students in need. The next is from MK Dance to Fitchburg Public Schools with an estimated value of $250. This was also in toys to be distributed to families in need. The next donation is from Fitchburg Police Department to Fitchburg Public Schools with an estimated value of $300, again in toys, to be distributed to families in need. The next one is from Victoria Seltzer to Fitchburg Public Schools with an estimated value of $100. This again was in toys to be distributed to students and families in need. The next donation is from Carrie Purcell to Fitchburg Public Schools with an estimated value, actually, I think it's $250, I think I had a typo there. Yep, $250. This is to be distributed to families in need. Fitchburg Fire Department to Fitchburg Public Schools with an estimated value of $500. Again, this was in toys to be distributed to students and families in need. The Fitchburg Fire Department Union to Fitchburg Public Schools with an estimated value of $250, again in toys, to be distributed to families and students in need. The City United Church to Fitchburg Public Schools with an estimated value of $1,000, and again, this was in a form of toys. This to be distributed to Fitchburg Public School families in need. Next donation is from Elite Construction to Fitchburg Public Schools with an estimated value of $5,000, which was in toys. This is to be distributed to Fitchburg Public School families and students in need. Next donation is from the British American Club to Fitchburg Public Schools with an estimated value of $500. Again, that was in the form of toys. This is to be distributed to Fitchburg Public School families in need. The Fitchburg Recreation Department donated $400 in toys and clothing to the school department. This is to be distributed to families in need. The Brooks family, they donated $100 in hats, blankets, and gloves for Fitchburg Public School students in need. The Rollstone Congregational Church to Fitchburg Public Schools, they donated they did a donation with an estimated value of $1,000, and that was in the form of 50 coats to be distributed to families in need. The Fitchburg Board of Health donated with an estimated value of $500 new and gently used coats for Fitchburg families in need. The Fitchburg Honors Academy students donated $1,000 with an estimated value of $1,000, 80 bags of foods and snacks to be distributed to Fitchburg Public School families in need. The Hollis Hills Farm, they donated with an estimated value of $4,000, 62 Christmas trees to be distributed to families in need. From Chapter 142, the American Legion Riders to Goodrich Academy, with an estimated value of $500. They will be purchasing Walmart gift cards to be distributed to Goodrich families in need. The Fitchburg Public Schools Nutrition Service Department, with an estimated value of $300, donated 10 baskets with turkeys for any Fitchburg Public School family in need. And then last, we have a donation from the Murdoch, Florida, a little slip there. Murdoch is where I graduated from. Memorial Middle School student car wash to Memorial Middle School with a value of $520. This is to be used for Memorial Middle School student engagement activities. So those were all 28 donations that we received during the months of November and December from all our wonderful partners. Thank you so much again. We couldn't do this work without you.
Incredible.
Any questions on the donation?
How did we get so lucky?
We're very fortunate. Yep, we are. And the last two things I have for you are some grants that we need to submit and accept. The first grant that we need to submit is the 21st Century Enhanced Programs for Students on IEPs. This is $20,000, and this will help our students who are involved in the 21st After School programming that are on individual education plans. That is a grant that we would like to submit. And then the last one that we would like to accept is the Multilingual Newcomer and Homeless Support Grant in the amount of $50,000. And this is to provide support for districts experiencing the impact of increased homeless enrollment of newcomer multilingual students. And that's all I have for us this evening, Mayor.
Great, Superintendent Thompson, thank you. Okay, up before us, I have all these grants. I'll read them all. Just kidding.
Maybe this would be a good one I'll make the motion to bundle 442 through 471.
Second.
Motion and second to bundle the action items 25-442 through 25-471.
Okay, now I'll make the motion to...
I'll take this by unanimous consent?
Yeah.
Unanimous consent, okay.
I'll make that motion to approve 442 through 471.
Second?
Motion and second to approve the bundle as previously mentioned. Any comments or questions? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
And that is unanimously approved. Thank you, everyone. Other business, we have none. Executive session, we have none. The next on our agenda is adjournment.
Adjournment, yep, next meeting.
Adjourn.
Second?
Motion and second to adjourn.
Next meeting's February 3rd.
February 3rd is the next meeting, and unanimous consent I will take. We're adjourned.